Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wine and Real Estate.
Oui, bonsoir.
So tonight we're really excited. We have a great guest, Marc Younger from Orlando, Florida. And we're really excited about this topic. So Marc does something very special. You're going to see it's very different from what we're used to. And I've been hosting some events lately about investing in Florida.
Yeah, it's been a hot topic lately, investing in Florida and especially in Orlando. So why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself, Marc, for people who don't know, who is Marc Younger and what does he do?
Donc, we're going to do it in English, I guess. So,
yeah, sorry, that's okay.
in English. So I'm originally I was born in Victoria, BC. And moved around a lot as my father was in the Navy, ended up in Edmonton for 15 years. And then my mom moved us closer to her family in Montreal. So I did my 18 to 35 years from in Montreal, met my wife and had 2 kids, 2 beautiful twins. And then around 40 years old, I was a financial advisor for the last 12 years. Had a lot of clients, was doing really well, was getting absolutely sick of the winters and sick of the -20, sick of the black ice, sick of the traffic in Montreal. And
why?
Yeah. And I think the last straw was just kind of realizing that we didn't have that many things that we like to do in Montreal. We didn't go to Tremblant, Mont Tremblant very much, so it was kind of like we don't ski. So in the winter, it was either go to the trampoline place with the kids because they were 4 or 5 at the time, and it was either go to the trampoline place or go to the mall, or go to the trampoline place or go to the mall. And we kind of we got kind of tired of that and came on vacation to Orlando, and we went to Disney, we went to Universal, we went mini golfing, we went escape rooms, we went to the beach, we went so many things to do down here that we just were like, wow, we should live here. And that's what we did. Daddy looked into getting a visa and moving down south, and the rest is history.
Awesome. And what kind of visa do you have, if you don't mind, we're being indiscreet? And what are you drinking too? We're having some.
I think we're having an Italian wine. I can't remember which one.
I'm starting with a Corona, but then I'm gonna move over to a friend of mine brought me some Bud Light Orange on the 4th of July.
Orange, for my birthday. That's great. July 4th is my birthday. I know in the States
nice.
It's very popular, but I guess there's a whole country celebrating me. So
it's mostly, and also the United States, but mostly we're celebrating François Lantier Day.
Yeah,
exactly. The States is just a sideline.
It's only like hundreds of millions anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, Marc, you moved to Orlando. You got the visa, you moved over there. How did you go from just living over there to actually like doing the whole real estate thing?
Well, I started out, so you asked me about the type of visa. So with the type of visa, I started with an investor E2 visa. Okay. And I bought some mortgage notes, which are basically mortgages that in my case, have defaulted. I was buying non-performing notes.
Oh, wow.
And basically that business was the idea with an E2 visa is to grow a business to where you can have 5 employees full-time, and you have to grow it to a really big size. And I thought that's what I could do, but I just couldn't scale it. And then I bought some properties in Houston, and then there was a hurricane in Houston.
Oh my.
So the desirability of those properties went down. So and then I also just saw that I couldn't scale it to, like 5 employees. It's a very lonesome business. It's basically individual people that do it from home, buy notes, and that's it. So it's not really a scalable business. So I ended up going, well, I've got 2 to 3 years left on my visa. I know I'm not going to be able to scale this to renew it because I'm not going to be able to have 5 employees and support 5 people. So what do? So I basically, spoke to my attorney and said I want to change visas. And I also want to get a visa that is permanent, because the E2 visa your children have to go back at the age of 21 years old.
They have to apply for their own.
They have to go back to Canada unless they apply for a student visa, or they apply for their own. And since my 4-year-olds were not real estate moguls yet, I was kind of like I had trouble seeing how they would want to go back to Canada, a country that they hadn't been to since they were 4 years old. You know, so and have their parents live in Orlando. So I basically switched visas to an H-1B visa. The H-1B is a lottery visa where you apply, and there's usually like 2 to 3 times as many people applying as there is spots. Yeah. But I have a special, you know, marketing skill in real estate, and we basically showed the government that I have special skills in real estate. I've been in real estate, you know, over 15 years, and that I had a specialty in marketing to Canadians that Americans didn't have here. I speak French, all these kind of things put together. And I had a plan with these themed homes. And so put that to them, and I got the visa right on the first try. And so, yeah, so now I'm on a 3-year visa that renews indefinitely, but we have plans to, in the next month here, apply for the green card, and then just kind of make it permanent, and then go for our American residency.
Cool.
American, you know, citoyenneté. You're to be an American.
Yeah. Very cool. That's great. So now I'm really excited to share with our audience, those that are tuning in audio, you'll have to look up the video because Marc's going to share some really nice visuals. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. There's no reason why you can't see the visuals. But anyway, we're going to try and be very descriptive and explain what you do, because it's...
Well, maybe you should kind of just go over it quickly before he shows the visuals, so that people know what exactly that he's doing in Orlando.
Just surprise.
Yeah, surprise. Here's the visuals.
So I basically sit at the pool no, I'm kidding. So we invite investors to purchase homes in the Disney area, because it is the Orlando is the #1 tourist destination in the United States. We've gone from 50 million just 10 years ago to 75 million tourists in 2019. And in 2020, of course, there was COVID, so that the number of tourists went down. But then an amazing thing happened, is that even despite Europe, Canada, Asia, everywhere being blocked off from the United States, we have almost as many tourists here now as we ever have had. So Americans have picked up the slack and have decided, I can't take it anymore. It's been 2 years that I can't take a vacation. I want to take a vacation. And so the rentals have gone up significantly. And we're really excited because if we can match our 2019 levels with only the United States, imagine what we're going to be able to do in 2022 and beyond, when we have the whole world coming back.
Wow, yeah, it's going to be amazing.
So what I do is I help investors. I explain to them the opportunity to pick up a home here in a resort community where there's water slides, lazy rivers, tiki bars, clubhouses, and all those fun amenities. And what I do that's different is that I theme the homes for them. We establish a budget, and then we theme the homes, and I'll show you some examples of that. And basically with those, actually, I think everybody can see the ones that are watching, right? Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
So there's some recently completed projects. If you want to describe them, those look really cool.
Right. So here on our left, what we're seeing is a Toy Story themed room that we did. You've got Woody there, and you've got Bo, and you've got Slinky Dog, and we've got all the characters. And I'll show you a couple other pictures. And then on the right, we have an Avengers themed room with a blue slide. And so what we do is we do rooms like this and arcades, and we put them together and we make a super fun house. So what happens is, you know, there are many homes in a resort community here near Disney that might do decent numbers, but we can actually double the ROI, double the income actually coming in for an investor. For example, for an 8-bedroom home here, you know, families will pay $400 to $500 a night for a themed home like this, and sometimes even up to $600, $700, $800 a night, depending on the season.
Yeah, like
So-
Christmas must be nuts with rooms like this. I can just imagine the holidays. Wow.
So I'm not sure if those that are watching can see very well, but these are bedrooms that are themed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's-
we usually suggest to theme anywhere from 2 bedrooms and an arcade in the garage to the whole house. So there are a lot of examples of full homes that we can theme with a pirate theme or a, you know, underwater theme, princess theme, any kind of theme, and basically the revenue doubles. So it can, on an 8-bedroom house, you can go from anywhere from a 60,000 for a boring house to like 120 all the way up to 200,000 for an exciting house like this.
Amazing.
And
those
so
Annual revenues.
yeah, those are the gross annual revenues. It'll generate, you know, $500 a night, and if you think about it, $500 a night times 320 nights for an 80 or 90% booking rates is easily $150,000.
Wow, that's awesome.
But people want the elite houses, you know, like if you just buy a 6-bedroom house or an 8-bedroom house and you leave it boring, it's going to do maybe 50, 60, 70,000 on its own, but it's not going to do more than that because there are many of them here. There are many communities and there are many homes to pick from. So if you have a boring house, it'll do okay. But if you have a house like this, it'll do amazing.
Yeah, like on Airbnb or on a website, this will really pop when you show these pictures. What is this place?
Yeah,
so
so
one of them has a slide, an indoor slide. I've been wanting one of those from our bedroom to the spa, but I guess this is great for the kids. But Jennifer said I'd empty the spa. So anyway, not a good idea.
Yes.
So what I kind of do is 3 parts. So I am a realtor, as you can see by my EXP Realty hat.
Yeah.
I help people, first of all, you know, and I can do this in French or in English because I am bilingual. And we even have people on our, hopefully we'll soon have people on our team that are Spanish and Portuguese. So because there are a lot of Brazilians and Latinos here in Florida. So basically, I help the people, you know, find the house that fits their needs and their budget, and then I theme it, and I get my artists and my carpenters to come in and we talk. You know, what kind of, you know, Francois, Jennifer, you know, what kind of themes do you guys like? Oh, we love, you know, we love pirates, or we love princesses, or we love, you know, and then basically we go on my website, Home Theme Orlando. And we take a look at right here, you know, different themes that you might like.
The superheroes one seems crazy. Or Endless Imagination. That one was very different, more kind of adult, which is nice. Like more, I guess, teenagers could like it.
Yeah, we've got like an Oaken trading post here that we did. You know, we've got some Toy Story stuff, but we also have like In the Woods. We have home theaters that we can do.
Is that in a garage, the home theater, or it's like a movie room, or?
There's movie rooms in some of these. We can also do garages and convert them into movie rooms. You know, the options are almost endless.
Wow.
So, you know, it's really exciting. And then, you know, we can do a whole house on a theme. And so we can do like the underwater house type of thing, or we can do a villain's house or a hero's house. And or we can do just 2 rooms and a garage turned into an arcade. So it really depends on what the client is looking to do. And we can basically work with the budget they have and turn it into something spectacular.
And a question I have for insurance, I guess you must need to insure your house a little bit more than a regular house because you've spent extra for all these additional, I guess, equipment and things like slides, and it's much nicer than like a plain
I think you
house.
just go,
Well,
your goes according to value.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, in terms of personal injury stuff, or personal responsibility, usually it's $1 to $2 million that they'll give you, and so, honestly, that kind of covers even if somebody was going to get injured on a slide. But our stuff is very safe.
It's more actually about renters breaking things, or if it, I don't know, there's a fire and you lose everything, then of course you need good photos and things to show, which I'm sure you guys take. But
yeah, that's the good news.
Replace it, so
yeah, we take great photos, so that's not an issue. So yeah, so this is kind of an example of a garage.
Kind of Lego theme, and
yeah, and we have I'll show you another one here in a second. So we do arcade games as well. So I'll give you an example here of an arcade.
Yeah, and you go all out. I mean, the arcades are full size machines, and the colors and lighting, like you even seem to have like some black lights or special lights, and it's just amazing. Even adults could be really excited, especially the Pac-Man one, I guess, if you have.
Yeah, we actually just did a Pac-Man one at one of my clients' houses, and we do like Nintendo rooms where we'll do 4 big TVs so people can play Mario Kart, or we put a Nintendo Switch in there and they can play Mario Kart on, imagine Francois, if you will, 160 inches of Mario Kart heaven.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. I don't think I could or want to imagine that.
Let's do one, Jennifer. We want to do, but Minecraft. Can you imagine our son?
Oh yes, no, our son is obsessed with Minecraft, but it's not really Disney or Universal
You
Studios
still call
related.
it Minecraft. Anyway, she calls it Minecraft, but anyway, it could be really cool.
But that's what's great is that it doesn't have to be Disney. It doesn't have to be Universal. Like pirates can be a theme. The sky can be a theme. The jungle can be a theme. It does. A lot of people come here for Disney and Universal. It's true. They come here for Legoland. They come here for SeaWorld. But there's just people come here for fun. So if you theme it, they will come. Basically.
Yes. So, are the parks open now in Orlando?
Actually, the parks barely ever closed. The park, yeah. So like Universal especially closed for a very short period of time, and then reopened with full mask protocol, and then social distancing and everything. And then Disney followed suit and reopened as well. So it was a good like 3 to 6 months. I don't have the exact dates, but they did close. And then after that, they reopened with limited capacity. And now for a couple of months now, we've been back to full capacity.
Wow.
Oh, really? Wow. So how do investors manage these properties?
So that's the third volet, as we say in French, but the third arc of what I do for clients. So the theming comes second. And then after that, I am partners with Florida Magical Property Management, which is a great property manager here in Orlando. And we take care of the client for all of their property management. So you could still be in Canada. A lot of my clients are in Canada, and they have a home down here, and it's just property managed. We take care of everything. It's a 24-hour concierge service. We take care of everything. We take care of the cleaning. We take care of any mechanical issues that arise. We have our team that takes care of it, and we have a 24-hour customer service. So if anything happens, anything they need in the home, we're there for them.
So it's a turnkey solution. We could come to you and say, okay, I have 500,000 to buy a house. I need whatever for theming. What can you do? And then you guys kind of create a bit of a business plan. For this much money, you're going to be able to make X amount approximately. I mean, nothing's ever set in stone, as we've learned, but but we can plan anyway.
Okay, and your property management also manages like the whole Airbnb side, so all the rentals,
bookings, and you do them. What did it call? It's like smart booking or something. So if there's some sort of conference, prices go up and down and whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot of different softwares for that we use, beyond pricing and, you know, smart price, all that stuff. So, you know, we essentially put it on 75 different websites with the software that we have. Wow. And then we have what we call dynamic pricing. So we use a software that does dynamic pricing. So it's verifying in the area what we should be charging, so that we are competitive and that we're getting the bookings that we need for our client. What's great is that you take yourself out of the competition. Like, let's say there's 100 homes and 97 of them are not themed like this, and 3 of them are. Well, you're only competing with 2 other people.
Yeah.
You know? Whereas if you have a home that has a beige, you know, theme to it, well, you're competing with 97 other people that have a beige or a teal or a white theme, and you're just like everyone else, and the kids are not excited.
It's beige carpet, yay!
Yay. And some people will try to kind of what I call, excuse my French, but half-ass it, and they'll put like some stickers, and they'll be like, "There you go, you know, oh, I put two Mickey stickers on the wall. The kids will be thrilled."
Cheap bedding, like Walmart, Mickey Mouse, Like what you do is really far beyond. I mean, you said you have a carpenter, and you put lighting, there's slides. It's wow. I want to sleep there. It looks like crazy stuff.
So like here's an example of like a princess room. This is
I like that.
Yeah, and then you've got like a Star Wars room, which is like a double bunk with a slide here, kind of our signature slide. You know, so that's kind of the whole thing, is making the beds and not just having 2 beds sitting there. And it's like, you know, so having a slide, having the double or quadruple bunk beds, that really makes your property stick out. And it makes it unique, which is really important. And we've got a ton of different ideas. Like I said, we can do pretty much anything that you can think of. We can do it. This is like a Beauty and the Beast France kind of motif.
That's gorgeous. And this one's really timeless as well, because some themes and characters come and go, but this, it will never really go. So,
and what's beautiful about Disney is, I mean, they keep making movies. So just when you think they're done with Avengers, here comes another.
Come back.
And then Toy Story. Oh, I guess we're done that. Oh, wait a sec. Toy Story.
I know Toy Story since 1994. My goodness, 27 years.
Yeah, it's been
your brother's age.
Yeah, long-standing.
And they've had 2 Frozen movies, 3 Cars movies. It's just, you know,
never-ending story.
And you've got the Minions as well. That is, you know, Pirates of the Caribbean has had 63 movies now.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So what are these properties kind of going for when investors are shopping around in Orlando?
So I like the turnkey stuff because you don't have to lay out as much capital. If you buy something, prices have gone up in Orlando, just like they've gone up everywhere. But whereas in Vancouver, you know, like you might have something that went from 1 to 1.6 million. Over here, you might have a property that last year you could have had for 500, and this year it's 580, or 600. So it's not as bad. And I like buying the turnkey stuff in the really nice resorts. So I'll give you an example.
You're not buying like a fixer-upper. You're buying houses that are already nice, and you're just adding that extra teaming to it.
Yeah, because then you don't have a huge project in front of you. You don't have to spend.
It's quick.
Right. It could be as quick as a 2 to 4 week overlay.
Oh wow. Okay. Not much carrying cost. You can be in business quickly. That's great.
Exactly. I like to buy the 6-bedroom plus homes in the 5 to 600,000 range, but I'm not opposed to somebody who wants a bit of a fixer-upper in the $400,000 range, and we can do some carpets and floors, or we can change some carpets to luxury vinyl plank. We can do some floors. I'll give you an example of a community that I really like, called Champions Gate, and the homes here, I'll give you an example. They run from 500 to 600,000, and so you could pick up a 6 or an 8 bedroom in that community. And I'm just going to show it here. So these homes here, you could pick up for 5 to 600,000, and as you can see, they come with beautiful pools.
Yeah. Nice.
You've got a really nice deck in the back. We can spruce up the deck as well. I've done some really cool stuff with the pool decks so that they become super exciting. You've got these, beautiful kitchens with granite countertops, beautiful, cabinets, stainless steel appliances. Everything is like pretty much turnkey. And then you take a garage like this that is kind of boring, and you turn it into something fantastic,
So we have a question from a LinkedIn user. How much should an investor budget to make their home themed? So do you know, like, what's a reasonable budget?
The rooms are 15,000 each, more or less.
Okay.
Anywhere from 13 to maybe 17, depending on how crazy you want them. We're starting to experiment with technology where, for example, in an Avengers room, the kids can say "Avengers Assemble," and the theme for the Avengers comes on.
Wow.
And the portals light up. So like, yeah,
it's like a 4D experience, kind of.
Exactly. And we're gonna work with that in the next couple months. One of my clients is gonna help me with it, and he's already built a prototype. So I'm giddy like a kid. I'm like, woo! Like Avengers Assemble, and then the lights come on, the whole Avengers theme comes on. It's gonna be epic for myself, and when I let the kids in the room, it'll be fun for them too. But mostly just for me to relive that movie. It'll be great. But
the next step will just be when they sing "Let It Go," it'll start snowing in the room.
That would be really cool. Well, even fake snow, like lighting.
It'd be a little bit messy.
And that's doable. I know people who do dragons in rooms with smoke breath. I work with, we work in collaboration with some artists who can do that stuff. That do foam in the rooms, special foam. Like hard foam that you can make a tree in the corner of your room, stuff like that for a tree house, etc., etc. So yeah, there's endless possibilities. It's really just our imagination that limits us, and we don't have much limitations. So it's really exciting what we can do.
Yeah. So $15,000 per room, is that the same thing for the arcades in the garages?
So the arcade, it just depends on how many arcade games you want. Yeah, and if you want a theme on the walls, or if you just want, like I showed you guys before, like a blue black light theme, then that's less expensive. If I need to have my artist deck out like all the walls and the ceiling, then that'll be a little bit more. But generally, I would say, figure about 25,000 for the arcade. Usually games are like 10,000 a piece, but I can get them wholesale, for less. So generally, if we get 5 arcade games in there, 4 or 5 arcade games, we could do something for about 25, maybe 30,000. And then with the 2 rooms, so you're talking about, 60,000 to deck out the house.
Okay.
Cool. And do you know your investors, how are they financing this? Like, are they using lines of credit, or what's their typical?
Or maybe the Canadians don't know how it works in the States.
Yeah.
So for Canadians, you have to put down 20% for your first one as a second home.
Yeah.
So we've used Desjardins. We've used one of my clients, Banque Nationale. We've used TD quite a few times now, and we're doing RBC for a deal right now that we're doing for a client. So those are basically the 4 banks. If you're a BMO client, BMO will only work with BMO clients.
Okay.
But BMO is a 5th bank that could do it. The only one that I really haven't seen down here, or the 2 that I haven't really seen down here, are Scotiabank and CIBC.
Yeah.
I know that Scotiabank has a large presence in Latin America, but they've kind of foregone Florida. They don't really do anything in Florida, and CIBC either. I haven't seen them down here at all.
Okay.
Okay, well, it's good to know that there's some of the big banks that you can work with as an investor.
Canadian and all that, so it's good. Yeah.
And they have branches down here. So Desjardins is based in South Florida. TD Bank has actual locations here in Orlando. They have quite a few of them. And RBC is a virtual bank based out of North Carolina. So
Okay, that's funny.
Oh, really? Wow.
yeah, all they do is, I mean, it's RBC Bank, and they just basically do everything virtually. They don't actually have succursals. You know, they don't have branches. All they do is mortgages for Canadians down here, basically.
Cool.
Okay,
Well, that's
wow.
still good.
And how does the process work? Like, do they do evaluations? Is there an appraisal that's done?
Good question. So, oh, and by the way, while we're on the topic, Americans, it's actually 10% down.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I can use local lenders here in Florida for Americans. And sometimes I've started to partner up Americans and Canadians so that Canadians can only, they only need to put down 10% for their first one or 15% for subsequent ones. So the Canadians can benefit if we can partner them up with an American, then they don't have to put down as much.
That's
Okay,
nice.
like a JV would be.
Like a JV, yeah.
Okay.
But like a credit partner or something.
Interesting.
And the Canadian puts in the cash or something like that?
Actually, in my experience, the first one, I mean, it's not done, and I don't want to,
Jinx it.
but I just put them together. I went on another podcast and kind of met with one Canadian and one American, and then kind of had a Zoom call with the 2 of them, and they seem to get along really well. And so we're just working on getting them the financing to be able to do their purchase.
Excellent.
Perfect.
So usually what we would do is get the American to do the financing all on the American side, and then but then in the JV, the Canadian and the American would put in their money combined.
That's perfect.
That's interesting.
So what if people want to reach out to you? What's the best way to get a hold of you and to get this great, exciting process started? Or unless you had something else you wanted to show us here.
No, I just I was going on my website to
Contact
see.
us. There you go.
Yeah, so
Home Theme Orlando.
Home Theme Orlando. And if you go into the contact section, that'll come to me. But I can also give out my information. So my phone number is 407-701, and I'll put it, you'll see it here in just a minute, 9959.
Perfect.
Okay, perfect. So kind of a jack of all trades, realtor, themer, and manager.
Yeah, property management, but it's partnerships and stuff. So it's great to call one person and that's it. So
yeah, I definitely don't fix water heaters. I don't.
You're not there scrubbing the toilets between each
that's
customer?
the cleaning
folding sheets and towels. And
so I'm mostly the real estate and the theming. That I do completely hands-on with my artists and carpenters. I even choose the themes sometimes. I really like to get.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm a Disney and Universal fanatic. So we're annual pass members at Universal, and we have been at Legoland and Disney and SeaWorld in the past, and now we're going to go back and get, once they open up the annual passes again for Disney, we're going to get the annual pass for Disney again. So we love to go to the parks. I've got my kids are 9 now. My 2 twins are 9 years old.
Perfect age for that. Wow.
Yeah, so this was a great move, and honestly, if anybody wants to move down to Orlando and figure out a way to do it, I can put you in contact with the right attorneys and stuff like that. If you have the profile to do it, we can find you a way to come, and you have the will to do it, then we can come and help you come down, and then I can help you find a house, and then we can help you find some investment homes.
Wow.
That's awesome.
No, our goal is not Orlando to live there, but we do want to live kind of internationally. So like Costa Rica, a little bit in Orlando, and then Canada somewhere. We're not sure where yet.
Live, but
Yeah.
Well, I would say with kids, my kids are not beach kids. Like my kids like the beach for a half day, but for us living on the beach, I don't think that, like we live an hour from the beach now and we go like once every 2 months. So to each their own, but for us, we realized really quickly that we're like theme park people and we're not as much theme park, but like activities, like there are so many things to do here because it's a very tourist town. There's a lot of kids museums. There's a lot of just touristy stuff to do. You can go to the Orlando Eye. You can go just activities. So that's what we like.
So you've been there for 5 years now, Marc?
Yep.
And do you feel like you've done them all? Like, do you feel like I've been there, done that?
It's funny. We kept on saying like we haven't even done everything yet. Like we've been there. We've probably done, I don't know, 80% of the things to do once, but it's been 5 years, right? So after a while, you're like, hey, we haven't gone to Gatorland in a long time. Let's go see some gators. And let's go to the wildlife drive. We haven't done that in a while. And then, you get an annual pass to Universal and you do the Minions ride a bunch of times. And then you're like, okay, we've done Universal, Harry Potter and Minions and all that. And then you go back to Disney and then you're like, it's a whole new world. We haven't been to Disney in 2 years. And then when you're done that, you've got Legoland, and then you've got SeaWorld, and then you've got, we mini golf a lot. There's the beaches, there's the Wakaiva Springs and all the natural springs that we have here. We've got a lot of safaris because we've got a lot of wild animals here. You can go orange picking. There's just ça finit plus. Yeah.
Wow.
You do it all and then you want to do it all again. So.
Oh, wow. That's so cool. That's so interesting.
So thank you so much for taking the time to share this with our audience and our listeners. And I think it's a great opportunity for those looking to do something different. So I think it's a great addition to a portfolio. We've done the multifamilies, we've done conversions and flips. And so the whole vacation rental is a lot of fun. And laws are different. So
and it's
turnkey. So that's what we love more and more. I don't like doing stuff. I want to do things less and less now. So turnkey is sounding better by the day. I want to be on the lazy river and that's it.
Yes. Come down. We have a lazy river in Champions Gate. And we're there like every week with the kids. We're just like, daddy's in a tube, mommy's in a tube. And the kids are playing pirates attacking the tubes. Wow.
That sounds like a really nice lifestyle. So on that note, thank you very much, Marc. Thanks to everyone listening. And
so those who are interested, they can get a hold of Marc Younger at Ottawa. Ottawa.
Orlando.
It's been a long week.
Orlando.
Hang on. HomeThemeOrlando.com.
Home Team Orlando. There you go.
HomeTeamOrlando.com. There you go.
Yeah, write it on the board. So that's it. Cheers, everyone.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.